Chapter 11, Preparing to Leave. The next day, Durua woke up late. In the mirror, her dark circles under her eyes were clearly visible. Anyone with a clear mind could tell that she didn't get enough sleep. Rua, are you feeling unwell? Aunt Lu was seriously frightened by her dark circles and looked at her worriedly. It's nothing, Aunt Lu. She shook her head. When she passed the living room, her footsteps paused for a moment, remembering her decision last night. She still intended to call her friend in California to ask if the room matters were done yet. Aunt Lu, while setting up breakfast, watched her make a phone call, feeling that she was very strange today, as if there was something urgent. Okay, thank you very much. After she put down the phone, the corners of her mouth slightly raised, obviously satisfied with the answer. She turned around and saw Aunt Lu, and smiled bitterly. Oh no, she had told Aunt Lu before that she would leave in 10 days or half a month. Aunt Lu obviously saw her bitter smile. How is it? Rua? Stretching her head was a knife, pulling her head back was also a knife. Aunt Lu, the room over there has been found. I plan to leave for America in 2 days. What? Aunt Lu was shocked and asked, not understanding. Durua originally wanted to explain a bit. After all, before leaving, she couldn't let others know about this matter, but seeing Aunt Lu staring at her, she couldn't lie no matter how she wanted to. The matter here has been done, the room over there has also been found. Something happened, I want to leave this place early. Aunt Lu frowned in disappointment, but quickly regained her composure. Have you booked your plane tickets yet? Durua didn't have time to react. Haven't booked your tickets yet. Aunt Lu looked at her silly expression and laughed, sighing, then eat breakfast first, then quickly book your plane tickets. I'll go help you pack your luggage. Aunt Lu. She didn't know what to say. Rua, you young people, I don't understand. Aunt Lu reached out to stroke her hair. This child was really tall, but I know Rua is a person with a plan, very capable. You want to leave early, you definitely have your reasons. She hugged this auntie emotionally. Thank you, Aunt Lu. Haha, I thought you would be angry. Haha. Aunt Lu laughed happily, knowing that Durua had her in mind. Alright, there's only a little time left, I'll quickly go shopping. Durua suddenly thought of Aunt Lu's long shopping list. Wasn't it to buy everything, and make her bring it to America? In fact, her guess was really correct. These past 2 days, she and Aunt Lu had been going around supermarkets and shopping malls, big and small, in Shangjing. Because she was a pregnant woman, Aunt Lu had also called her son Lu Tianming and daughter-in-law Wang Qianqian to come over to drive and help. Who? Lu Tianming sat on the sofa exhausted, looking at his wife and mother who still had energy left. He felt deeply that women were really too terrifying, especially women who went out for a walk. Durua had no more energy. She hurriedly went to the kitchen to pour 3 glasses of fruit juice and brought them out. Brother Lu, Sister Qianqian, you two have worked hard. Durua smiled awkwardly. It's nothing. These past 2 days I've been following my mother. I've learned a lot. Wang Qianqian felt very miraculous. She had lived in Shangjing since she was young. She didn't know there were so many places like this. Her mother-in-law had only been here for a few years. How did she become so familiar with it? Although she was very tired these past few days, she had a close relationship with her mother-in-law, and had learned a lot of things she didn't know before. Aunt Lu looked at her daughter-in-law with satisfaction. That's right, she was a good child, not weak at all. Wang Qianqian received her mother-in-law's appreciative gaze, and became even more proud. Everything bought? Resting for a while, Lu Tianming felt like he had finally come back to life. Durua helplessly looked at these things. There was no need to go buy any more. She was not running away. Yes. It's already bought. Aunt Lu looked carefully, her big hand waved, okay. The 3 people simultaneously let out a sigh of relief. Everyone glanced at each other, all smiling. Mom, Rua, we'll go back first. As if they were well prepared, Lu Tianming and his wife also stood up and left. Let's have dinner together tonight. You two have worked hard these past 2 days. She took the 2 of them out and invited them. No need. You have a flight tomorrow night, so rest well today. Wang Qianqian advised. She felt that this girl was very good, so she rolled up her sleeves and helped without any purpose. Then let's go out to eat tomorrow night? Du Rua thought for a moment and suggested. Okay then. After eating, I'll take you to the airport. Wang Qianqian obviously agreed. Okay, I'll go back and tell Xiao Kai to let him eat less at noon, save some room. Tomorrow night someone will invite him to a big party. After saying that, she ran home. Lu Tianming behind her helplessly looked at her. TSK, so old and still like a child. Rua, phone. Aunt Lu called from inside the room. Okay, you go back, my mother is calling you. Lu Tianming waved his hand at Du Rua. She nodded and walked back. Hello, I'm Du Rua, who is it? She picked up the phone, not knowing who was calling her. Touching her belly, it seemed to have grown quite a bit. Du Rua, it's me. Her hand on her belly paused for a moment. Xiang Xing, is there something? If there's nothing, can't you find a friend to chat with? Xiang Xing ignored Qin Yan's urging and turned to look at the glass curtain hanging on the window. We're at the Xingyu coffee shop, let's go out and chat for a bit. She let out a sigh of relief, and also had the mood to tease Xiang Xing. You also drink coffee? If she remembered correctly, this person was the one who disliked going to coffee shops the most. Aren't Yao Yuyu and Qin Yan the ones who like to come here? Before she could finish speaking, Xiang Xing became angry. Are you coming? She was really too tired, and didn't want to go. I went out to buy things today, and just came back. I'm so tired, you guys go play by yourself. By what? Xiang Xing didn't wait for her to finish speaking, and asked directly. She was a little stunned, silent for a moment. Xiang Xing, don't you already know? Yes. Xiang Xing pointed at her phone, making mouth shapes towards Qin Yan and Yao Yuyu, who were beside her. She already knew. Calculating when to go? The flight ticket is booked for tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. If she already knew, then there was no need to hide it. So fast? Xiang Xing suddenly stood up from her chair, scaring the two people beside her. Qin Yan and Yao Yeye glanced at each other. Why is this happening? Du Rua, aren't you waiting for Qishan to come back? Xiang Xing was pulled down to sit on the chair by Yao Yeye. Du Rua suddenly heard that name and was stunned. This was the first time she had heard that person's name since her rebirth. Before she could think much, Xiang Xing was already on the other side, shouting, Du Rua? Du Rua? Are you still there? Yeah, I'm listening. She didn't want to think any further. Xiang Xing, he and I broke up. If she remembered correctly, they broke up more than 3 months ago, right? There was a grievance in her voice that she didn't even know about. Huh? Xiang Xing looked at Qin Yan in confusion. When did it happen? More than 3 months ago, we broke up. She took a deep breath, repeating once more. Oh. I don't care about your business. Xiang Xing was in a mess. When will you come back? Du Rua seemed to see that the girl was bored in the coffee shop, smiled. I'll come back when I should. The two chatted for a while, then hung up the phone. She looked at the many things on the floor, and quickly went to help collect them. Xingyu coffee shop. How? Yao Yuyu asked Xiang Xing anxiously, shouting loudly, and combing her hair again. What happened as a result? Flight tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. Xiang Xing put down her cell phone, feeling a bit of a headache. She broke up with Qishan. So how did young Master Qi tell you? Let us see if we can take it slow. Qin Yan also didn't know what to do now. The plane tickets are all booked, how about taking it slow? Reluctantly sitting on the chair, Xiang Xing still wanted to say something, but was interrupted by a cell phone ringing. It was Qin Yan's cell phone. Hey. Dad? What's the matter? He picked up the cell phone, quickly sat up straight. It was his father's number. Yao Yeye and Xiang Xing heard that it was Chen's father's phone, also couldn't help but sit up straight. Furriers quickly stood up straight. Could they hear anything? Tomorrow? I know. I understand. Okay, goodbye. Chen Yan waited until the other party hung up the phone before slowly turning off the cell phone. Xiang Xing and Yao Yaya both looked at Chen Yan without blinking. My father. Chen Yan shook the cell phone in his hand. Immediately after that he said, Qixin can only come back tomorrow. Hua finally let out a sigh of relief. That's great. Yao Yuyu and Xiang Xing both happily clinked their glasses. These girls were lucky to meet someone they liked in their group, and their family background was similar to theirs. For Qixin and Du Rua, they were blessed. Having the chance to get along was of course worth their happiness. Chen Yan was also happy for his brothers.